Yo, this is your boy TTB. This is TTB After Dark, episode 40. Southern Law Poverty Center buying paying for racism. Yeah, that's the subject, the subline or whatever. There's April April 21st, 2026. We got got a few stories to go through, not too much. Y'all know what to do. Like, share, and subscribe, man. And show your boy some love. Cash App is in the Cash App, email, and the Twitter handles on in the cryon on the bottom. So let's start off here. This is an armored truck robbery. I don't know where this at. Let's see.
Story on Action News at noon is breaking this hour. A brazen robbery targeted an armored truck this morning in Philadelphia's Tacony neighborhood. Police say two armed suspects robbed that truck right here on the 7200 block of Torresdale Avenue. They escaped after taking a massive amount of cash from that truck. Action News reporter Becca Hendrickson live for us at the scene with an update from police. Becca?
John, sources tell me it was $1.8 million stolen from that armored truck this morning. It all happened behind me. I'm told the truck was parked right behind me at the Torresdale bus loop. It was a Brinks armored truck. Police say around 9:43 is when two armed men approached that truck. Take a look from Chopper 6. You see the Brinks truck on the 7200 block of Torresdale Avenue. Witnesses say the truck had been on the block servicing a budget financial center. That's when police say two males with assault rifles approached the truck and, according to sources, again, robbed it of $1.8 million before speeding off. Here's some ground video. It shows the aftermath of this crazy and brazen robbery. You see police on the scene here. The FBI, I'm told, is handling the case. You see police and investigators talking to witnesses in the area. This is a very busy business district, and we spoke with several people who were either working or in these businesses when that robbery happened around 9:43 again this morning. And again, take a look at Chopper 6. Once again, the investigation brought police to Front and Fairmount Streets in Northern Liberties, where sources tell me that getaway vehicle was found. I'm told it's a blue electric vehicle. Witnesses say the whole ordeal was absolutely
it's
terrifying.
very crazy. Hey, the link is already pinned.
From our point of view was
if y'all remember the movie Heat,
the car just took off on the sidewalk.
Yeah, this was in Philadelphia, man. It happened in Philadelphia.
That was like what I saw. And then, of course, like when like the cops came, like that's when they
What's up, Jens? The one
cameras. The store got robbed at gunpoint.
And that was the Dunkin' Donuts. That's where that employee works, right next to and across the street from where that armored truck was. Again, the latest on the investigation.
So they robbed. Hold on. They robbed the. Let me make sure I heard that right.
We need to see the cameras. The store got robbed at gunpoint.
So they sit up here and robbed the armored truck. They turn around and robbed the store. Boy, hey, that's crazy. Hey, they're gonna find them, man, because they doing too much.
And that was the Dunkin' Donuts. That's where that employee works, right next to and across the street from where that armored truck was. Again, the latest on the investigation, we're told that getaway car was found in Northern Liberty. Still at this point, no arrests have been made. As far as we know, those two armed men are still on the loose. Live here.
Yeah, man. Hey, the last thing you want to do in any type of heist like that is to add extra heists on top of that. You can't sit up there and do no side mission or inside a mission, man. It's a little crazy right there. I don't condone none of this, but like this is common sense here, man. Like everywhere got cameras, and then the whole if you gonna do that and the way like I wouldn't suggest nobody do this because whoever get caught, that's gonna be fed time. Exactly, not in this day and age, man. Like, hype, man. You won't. Trust me. Been the stick up dude, the ambush dude, man. You don't want to be that, man. Cause now they'll forever be on the run, and it gets bad from that place on. Hold on, let me. Let's see. Where you go? All right. So yeah, man, nah, fuck that. Too many cameras. Like you had to have a team with you. I mean, people ain't gonna be solid like that. So people gonna go out there, spend money, do all kinds of crazy shit. Yeah, putting your life on line, definitely. What's up, Red Velvet? Yeah, I saw this, man. I was like, damn, they went in. So man, like, yeah, don't do that, man. I had a ex-girlfriend when I broke up with her, right? She got around with some hood cats, and they were doing some situations like robberies and stuff, and she was doing fair time for that shit. But yeah, you don't want to be a part of that because you know if you do this, the feds gonna be after you. You start doing the run up in people trap house and stuff. Shit, you gonna have somebody worse than the feds that ain't gonna give you no due process. They just gonna know where you at and deal with you. They people playing a dangerous game, but Philadelphia, man, real shit. It's a lot of bullshit going on in general, and so I don't know, man. Like they got the policing been kind of lackluster and everything. Yeah, exactly. With all the facial recognition, like your phones could recognize somebody. Like you could be over here doing this, right? And somebody walk past and they probably could hit that, know what you looking like from that. Or let's say you over here doing you and your friends or whatever, y'all doing selfies and something. If somebody pass by, you're gonna have, I'm a Cowboy fan, man. I'm in Texas, man. If you saw the intro, that was Dallas Fort area.
And Tacony, Becca Hendrickson, Channel 6, Action News.
Hey, what up, Cortez? Cortez in? Oh, what up, homie?
Thank you.
Yeah, they read up on the. Hey, Cortez, they basically did you remember Michael Mann Heat? They basically did that. I'll replay the story real quick.
Story on Action News at noon is breaking this hour. A brazen robbery targeted an armored truck this morning in Philadelphia.
We get to play y'all down here, hopefully.
Police say 2 armed suspects robbed that truck right here on the 7200 block of Torresdale Avenue. They escaped after taking a massive amount of cash from that truck. Action News reporter Becca Hendrickson live for us at the scene with an update from police. Becca?
John, sources tell me it was $1.8 million.
So let me get this straight. Y'all just got a lick for 1.8 million, and y'all gonna turn around and try to rob the Dunkin' Donut too? Y'all niggas just, man, motherfuckers is greedy.
Stolen from that armored truck this morning. It all happened behind me. I'm told the truck was parked right behind me at the Torresdale bus loop. It was a Brinks armored truck. Police say around 9:43 is when 2 armed men approached that truck. Take a look from Chopper 6. You see the Brinks truck on the 7200 block of Torresdale Avenue. Witnesses say the truck had been on the block servicing a budget financial center. That's when police say 2 males with assault rifles approached the truck. And according to sources, again, robbed it of $1.8 million before speeding off. Here's some ground video. It shows the aftermath of this crazy and brazen robbery. You see police on the scene here. The FBI, I'm told, is handling the case. You see police and investigators talking to witnesses in the area. This is a very busy business district, and we spoke with several people who were either working or in these businesses when that robbery happened around 9:43 again this morning. And again, take a look at Chopper 6. Once again, the investigation brought police to Front and Fairmount Streets in Northern Liberties, where sources tell me that getaway vehicle was found. I'm told it's a blue electric vehicle. Witnesses.
Man, another thing, your getaway was a damn Tesla or some shit like that. See, man, you people stupid as hell. But you know what? Nah, you know what? Let me change that. It's stupid to use a Tesla because they got cameras all in that place. Like if you ever buy a Tesla, it comes standard like a camera system in there. Because like you have to know if you better fall asleep on the wheel or it can ask questions to you and everything. So or if somebody try to steal your car, right, they gonna know everything. So yeah, that robbery happened at this is an area of Philadelphia this all happened in. So yeah, they greedy as hell. So let's get to Iran. There's a couple things. Let's see. Hold up. Damn.
Until Iran can.
Yep. Shout out to that, Cortez. Breaking an Iranian guard just took the Ayatollah hostage. Generals are blocking peace talks, holding their own negotiators hostage while the country collapses. So basically, the military it's a coup going on. So let's read. I don't know how true this is in
Fox
fog of
News
war
alert,
stuff.
Bridge and Power Plant Day could now be any day of the week. A fierce power struggle breaking out in Iran. And President Trump showing a lot of patience. 47 says U.S. airstrikes have seriously fractured the regime. So Pakistan asked us to hold off on B&P Day until Iran can get it together. Tonight, there could be a coup. No one knows who's calling the shots. Vance, Witkoff, and Kushner were supposed to leave for Islamabad, but they never took off.
Damn.
Because the Iranian delegation never took off, which is suspicious because this morning, Trump said the gay Ayatollah authorized the deal.
They just got the okay to go forward, which I knew they were going to do.
Oh, so
anyway.
he's still alive?
I mean, I don't think they had a choice. They have to negotiate. And, you know.
Okay, this is the first time I'm hearing the Ayatollah over there still alive, because last time we heard about that was when I think Israel, one of us, did the strike, and he was in critical condition. So apparently he's still alive. Like, I think the intel, I ain't gonna say intel though, Signet was saying like he lost his leg. So hey, dirty business, war.
The one thing I'll say is this: Iran can get themselves on a very good footing if they make a deal. They can make themselves into a strong nation again, a wonderful nation again. They have incredible people, but they seem to be, bloodthirsty.
So the gay Ayatollah told his ministers wheels up, but the military
So he called him the Yang Ayatollah. It's crazy, man. They disrespectful. That's crazy.
Said, not so fast. We're basically looking at another Iranian hostage crisis. This time, they've taken themselves hostage, and therefore the negotiations.
Sorry,
the
I'm a little
IRGC
tired.
won't agree to sign over the Strait and the uranium, and they're the only votes that matter because they're the ones with the guns. The generals are demanding Trump lift the blockade as a precondition for more peace talks. They want to play an economic game of chicken.
Iran sees this as a game of endurance. They believe that time is on their side and that ultimately the domestic pressure when it comes to energy markets and the stock market will force President Trump to make a deal that's in their favor. That is not the truth. That is not the reality. The president and his counterparts in Israel have the ability to continue this operation for months if they need to.
It's the Iranians up against the clock. The blockade's already cost them over $1 billion. Checks are bouncing, and their economy's in a death spiral and facing a Great Depression. Scott Bessent says, quote, in a matter of days, Kharg Island storage will be full, and the fragile Iranian oil wells will be shut in. The blockade's turned around 28 ships sailing to or from Iranian ports, most of them oil tankers. And we took custody of a runner sailing in from China with missile ingredients.
Wow.
We caught a ship yesterday that had some things on it which wasn't very nice. A gift from China, perhaps. I don't know. But I was a little surprised, but because I have a very good relationship, and I thought I had an understanding with President Xi, but that's all right. That's the way war goes, right?
And it just got worse for the enemy. The Navy boarded another vessel from their shadow fleet, the Tiffany. How cute. A sanctioned tanker carrying 2 million barrels of Iranian crude sailing to Shanghai. No bueno. The blockade's ripple effect is hitting Beijing. Choke points are getting squeezed from the Gulf to the Strait
Oh, that's a lot of that.
of Malacca.
So yeah, pretty much. You see, let's go like a fast one.
They really think there'll be a deal. I think there's a 2 and 3 chance we get to it.
And if you watched primetime last night, General Petraeus also seemed optimistic about a deal. He just didn't think it'd happen today. And he was right. Our patience may be running thin, but our stockpile isn't.
Yeah, I am.
It's not my choice, but it will also hurt them. It'll hurt them militarily. They use the bridges for their weapons for their missile movements. You know, they're trying to move the missiles because we've obliterated most of their missiles, and they're trying to move
So
their
Saturday,
missiles around,
one.
even during the
Salute to you.
ceasefire, which I think was a good thing because we're totally loaded up. We have so much ammo. We have so much of everything that we've much more powerful than it was 4 or 5 weeks ago. So we've used this to restock, and they probably have done a little bit of restocking.
Over the last 24 hours, we're seeing heavy Air Force activity, major resupplies coming in from American bases in Europe. Plus, the USS Gerald Ford just re-entered the Red Sea. And by Saturday, we'll have all 3 carrier strike groups,
Oh,
Ford,
shit.
Lincoln, and Bush in theater.
Saturday might be the day.
We might unwrap some new toys. The Marines just unveiled a new shore-to-shore landing ship designed to deliver 800 tons of troops, weapons, supplies directly to beachheads. Getting its last coat of paint is the lead ship, the USS McClung, named after a Marine major who was killed in combat in Iraq, the first female graduate of the U.S. Naval Academy to be killed in action. Our anti-sub aircraft, the P-8 Poseidon, has been surveilling the strait from the skies, and they're working overtime. So KC-135 Stratotankers are refueling them midair. We're locked and loaded. CENTCOM Commander Admiral Brad Cooper went to Israel last week, where he approved joint plans for a brand new target bank, which include energy and infrastructure and whatever missile launchers the regime dug out of the rubble. The ceasefire gave us time not only to resupply and acquire new targets, but a fresh batch of human intelligence came in. Any leader who poked his head out in the last 2 weeks is a goner.
Yeah, man, I believe that, man. And shout out to Fox News on that. Yeah, this is about to pick up if they try to play around these negotiations again. So I'm going to the next story. Hold on, let's see it. Oh yeah. James O'Keefe strikes again. Now, man.
He might kill the next guy, the son. If he does the same way that did everything filmed. We're gonna shoot missiles and destroy some stuff.
Yeah.
But if you want to like win, if you want to like make the country do what you want, you have to put people there.
I was hearing something that we killed kids in the car. Did we actually?
And then Walker has been some collateral damage, yeah, for sure. They always die in war. So nerve agent is a chemical weapon.
Nerve agent.
Like Pandora's box.
A nuclear and chemical safety branch chief in the United States Department of the Army spills detailed information about their possession of nerve agents.
And lungs won't work, your heart won't work, nothing will work.
Revealing that a U.S. Army chemist was exposed to the nerve agent due to...
Wait. Is Project Veritas and O'Keefe back together? Did I miss that news? That's odd. Okay.
to careless handling.
She's supposed to wear all this gear, and she's like, I don't like it. She's just like Crocs and her own clothes.
Yeah.
And so it's soaked in her clothes. It's soaked very.
What the fuck? Sarin soaked in her clothes. Oh shit.
On her skin, so she could literally start touching stuff. Other people would touch like a door, and then people would die.
Then goes on to reveal intimate details about the U.S. nuclear arsenal.
So you said there's missiles underground.
Also discloses that the
I'm
United
just telling
States
people.
military has no official plans to nuke Iran.
Yeah,
we're not thinking about nuking anybody. We're not moving nukes. We're not going to nuke it.
And the exact methods that the U.S. uses to defend against nuclear attacks.
We have all these sensors in space. We have radars, all these sensors to detect a launch. Space satellites with radars, you'll see it. On the radar, you actually see the thing flying.
And confirms what many have suspected, that Ukrainian officials were using the money sent from the United States to buy themselves mansions and luxury sports cars.
I worked on Obama's tax money that he said. They just stole it and they bought houses, cars, like $100,000. If they can get themselves rich and leave and go live in Dubai, that's better than, they don't care about the people. That government is so corrupt. You're not a spy, right?
No. Your eyes have mesmerized me so much that I'm almost going to tell you. That's why that's the easiest way to get intelligence. Like just pretty girls.
Hey, she gotta be fine a motherfucker. You just telling every goddamn thing. Man, hey, do not underestimate the power of what y'all got down there, ladies. Like, dudes will tell you anything, any secret, risk his job and everything, and try to press you. That's why if you notice, a lot of the writers, some of the most prominent writers of pretty much history, was dudes trying to tell a story and everything. You know what I mean? Hey, she gotta be, man, because this dude like John Favreau and shit, he probably like, hey, it's a famous clip. Let me see if I can find it. When John Favreau, all right, this meme. Let's see. See if I can find that meme. Oh, come on. Oh yeah, no wonder. So basically, it was a video of Scarlett Johansson walking around in the Black Widow costume back, like I want to say Iron Man 1 or either Iron Man 1, 2, or Avengers. She was, hey, Scarlett Johansson. I can't believe me and her the same age, but yeah, she hot as hell in that costume. And everybody was looking at her. So that's basically why I get the vibe over here. Yeah.
I'm independent journalist Brianna Morello here filling in for James O'Keefe for the latest exclusive report inside the U.S. Department of the Army.
I do work with like chemical weapons, nuclear weapons, but I do the safety, security stuff. This is chief of chemical nuclear surety, which
he better be fired.
Not many people like outside, but in this world, surety means safety, reliability, security. It's like all the surety just means like all the things to keep it safe. I make sure the people are reliable. There's no psycho people working on the weapons. You don't want a psycho person with access to that stuff.
Andrew Hogg is a nuclear and chemical surety branch chief with the U.S. Department of the Army. He reveals a surprising amount of detailed information to our undercover journalists about the locations of the U.S. nuclear arsenal and the methods that are being used by the United States to defend against foreign nuclear attacks. To protect U.S. national security interests, we have omitted certain pieces of information from this report.
So you said there's...
That's nice of you. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Tell them where the nukes at, man.
In the forward days, we had them like all over the place. But now we've kind of shrunk them down with Russia working with treaties. But then now you got China that's like, well, I don't have a treaty. So China's building more. They're planning to build more than we got.
Okay,
so
really?
That's the problem. Is like we have all these sensors in space. We have radars, all these sensors to detect a launch.
You detect the launch coming from someone else?
Yeah, with space.
He's telling everything.
With radars, you'll see.
I almost don't want to show this, man. I feel dirty showing this.
On the radar, you actually see the thing flying.
I'll go and show it.
And you know how big it is, the speed. You know, that's a missile. I mean,
you know what? Should I keep playing this or should I go to the reveal that he got played? Because I mean, this a lot of stuff. I feel guilty showing this, man. What you think, Jensen? One? Okay.
You can tell all this stuff.
According to Andrew Hugg, nuclear officials that oversee the missile launch procedures are trained to initiate a launch even if it is a Girl Scout that presents the launch order with the correct codes. Fire.
We're literally trained that, if a Girl Scout, this is serious, we were always trained if a Girl Scout gives you a message, a launch message, she knocks on your door, goes, here you go, she gives you a launch message on a box of cookies, she wrote it down. If it passes all the checks, go. If she just passes it on to you, that's what we're trying to say. No matter how you get it, take action. Because that's how you have to do in a war, because you don't know.
Yeah. All right, cool. I'll look at the
Boldly replies, quote, there's been collateral damage. They, meaning kids, always die in war.
I was hearing something that we killed kids in the car. Did we actually?
I'm sure there's been some collateral damage. Yeah, for sure. Well, they always die in war. If you fight, but
we actually did kill kids out there?
Not intentionally, but yeah. Well, I'm sure we've killed civilians here in Iraq, Iran, relay. Look at every single possibility, what size weapon we're trying to do here. So let's use this weapon versus that weapon. It might be safer. The school over here, we identify it's in the fear here. It's an apartment building.
But perhaps the most disturbing of all, Andrew Hugg details how the U.S. is researching and developing nerve agents or chemical weapons in a laboratory in Aberdeen, Maryland.
So nerve agents,
it's been going on for years.
A chemical weapon that is sprayed on people. It will make a certain enzyme, which is called cholinesterase. It regulates your neural transmissions, okay? So with this chemical, with nerve agent, it kills that enzyme. And lungs won't work, your lungs won't work. Nothing will work. We have this here in the state lab.
The nerve agent that Andrew is describing here is sarin. It's a highly toxic human-made organophosphorus. Sarin acts as a potent inhibitor of enzymes, and over time, the binding becomes irreversible. In 1987, the U.S. joined the Chemical Weapons Convention, which bans the development, stockpiling, and use of chemical weapons. The U.S. had about 30,000 tons of chemical weapons, including nerve agents. In July 2023, the U.S. completed destruction of the last declared chemical weapons at the Bluegrass Army Depot in Kentucky. As long as the nerve agents are not weaponized, the U.S. is allowed to conduct research and development for scientific purposes such as preventative treatment. However, this becomes more concerning when Andrew Hugg reveals that one of the chemists in that lab was so careless, refusing to wear appropriate safety gear, that she accidentally exposed herself to the nerve agent.
She was just being lazy, and she wore Crocs. And she,
dealing with nerve agent.
Got lazy.
What was she, or what did we?
She's a lab cuss. She's a lab tech. She's supposed to wear all this gear, and she's like, I don't like it. She just wore like Crocs and her own clothes.
Yeah.
And so it's soaked in her clothes.
That's literally how a pandemic could start right there. Just people being lazy, doing experiments, not putting the proper safety equipment on and shit, man. It's crazy.
And just soak very water again. So she could literally start touching stuff. Other people would touch like a door, and then people would die.
The journalists also questioned Andrew Hugg on Ukraine and whether the diplomats were really using U.S. aid to buy themselves mansions and sports cars. And the nuclear branch chief confirms, quote, they stole our money. They bought houses, $100,000 cars. They can get themselves rich and go live in Dubai.
Like I said, I lived in Ukraine and worked there with the government. Really? That government is so corrupt. Like, they stole our money. Like, I worked on Obama's tax money that he said. They just stole it, and they bought houses, cars, like $100,000 cars. They're officials in the government. Yeah. So they get their hands on the tax money from you and me. Oh my God. And they're like, oh yeah. And then now that it's like 100 billion, 200 billion, they're like stealing it all. So.
Dang. Okay, so
yeah,
why would they use that money for that? Wouldn't they need it for like nuclear weapons?
Exactly. Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. But but if they can get themselves rich and leave, yeah, they don't care. It's $1 million. We don't care.
For the end of the interaction, Andrew Hugg waited for the journalist outside of the bathroom and confronted her, asking whether she is a spy, indicating that Andrew is well aware that the information he was spilling could be severely incriminating if she in fact
but you already
was
said everything.
Hey! You love me. That's so sweet.
You're not spying. You're not spying, though, right?
You're just powerful.
But you're not spying, right?
You're just powerful.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that. Let's go back to the table. Okay, so
as political tensions appear to be reaching a boiling point all over the world, and the U.S. officially entered a state of open warfare with Iran, national security and discretion is more important than ever. Andrew Hugg is lucky that he was talking to an OMG undercover journalist and not an Iranian spy, as he casually discussed Trump's strategy and intentions. When a top nuclear official is this loose-lipped about our defensive measures, Iranian war plans, locations of nukes, while our country is actively at war, it puts every single one of us in mortal danger. And as always, if you are on the inside of any government agency, federal, state, or local office, and you see corruption, if you know that the American people are being lied to, reach out to us. Email us at tips@o'keefemediagroup.com or text us at 914-491-9395. An OMG journalist will get right back to you. Stay tuned.
He was basically admitting the fact that the agencies committed treason on camera.
The whole science behind eliciting information out of people.
We leverage online dating platforms like Hinge, Bumble, or Tinder.
Swipe repeatedly until you match with someone of public importance that you go meet with undercover.
Individuals who have the potential to help us expose any sort of corruption.
Yeah, that's crazy. Oakley. Oh, man. Oh, let's see what else I got. All right, I'm gonna breeze through this. So apparently, all right. Nick Sordo reports. Holy crap! FBI Director Patel says leftist NGO Southern Poverty Law Center, which has now been indicted. Oh, hold up. Was using donor money to pay leaders of the Ku Klux Klan to stage hate crimes. Let me repeat this. The Southern Poverty Law Center was using donor to pay leaders of the Ku Klux Klan to stage hate crimes. Quote, they used a fraudulently raised money by lying to their donor network, thousands of Americans to go ahead and actually pay the leadership of these supposed violent extremist groups. So hold on. So you mean to tell me the whole point of the Southern Poverty Law Center was to fight against like the Klan and everything, right? So basically, they are funding it's almost like the sheep is feeding the wolf in this situation. I'll let Director Cash Patel talk about it.
We're here today is to announce what the general just told you. The Southern Poverty Law Center, in a massive sweeping indictment, has been charged with allegations of fraud and using the banking system to perpetrate that fraud.
Damn.
I just want to talk about a couple of brief things here. The Southern Poverty Law Center themselves advertise to raise money to dismantle violent extremist groups for a period of at least a decade. They use their donor network to raise money to purportedly dismantle violent extremist groups. However, the SPLC, the Southern Poverty Law Center, used the money they raised from their donor network to actually pay the leadership of these very groups. I just want to say that again. They used the fraudulently raised money by lying to their donor network, thousands of Americans, to go ahead and actually pay the leadership of these supposed violent extremist groups. The groups, as the general laid out, include the Ku Klux Klan, the United Klans of America, Unite to Right, National Alliance, the National Socialist Movement, the Aryan Nation.
They gave money to the Klan and the skinheads. That's crazy. And that like these supposed to be the people that defend against racism and stuff, man. It's insane.
Motorcycle Club and the National Socialist Party of America, and also the American Front. In at least one of these matters, our investigation revealed that funds were used to facilitate the commission of further state and federal offenses, totaling over $3 million. Furthermore, our investigation revealed that the Southern Poverty Law Center, on top of perpetuating this widespread, decade-long, multi-million-dollar fraud, conducted more criminal activity. They attempted to hide their criminal activity from our financial banking network.
So, hey, Kason, basically, the Southern Poverty Law Center got caught basically funding racist groups to keep them up and running so they could be racist. And they just did a indictment, grand jury indictment. It's insane.
Set up shell companies and entities around America so that the financial institutions that we rely on as everyday Americans were deceived in believing that money was not coming from the Southern Poverty Law Center in the perpetration of this scheme and fraud, but rather fictitious entities they stood up to perpetuate this ongoing fraud. This is a serious and egregious violation of a group that purported to dismantle violent extremist groups, but in turn actually only fueled the hatred.
So me and Tammy, like, I wonder, I'm not gonna go there. I want, like, yeah, it's crazy.
This is an important case brought by the president.
Like all those little lynching incidents. What if they were getting funded to do stuff like that to keep us in line and keep us not thinking for ourselves and being, hyperbolic and emotional about the situation, man. This is crazy.
By President Trump's administration, we're thankful for the president for his leadership and funding of not just the FBI and DOJ, but his commitment to go out there and wipe out fraud and conspiracy and waste and abuse wherever it occurs, including the Southern Poverty Law Center. Even though this money was made to appear to be coming from legitimate people and legitimate entities, we at the FBI, with our great partners at the Department of Justice and in the state of Alabama, were able to comb through a decade worth of material, a scheme that took a decade to build, so that we were able to follow the money, because money never lies, and they got caught. As the Attorney General said, these charges are varying. They are widespread and wide-ranging, and this investigation is very much ongoing. Today, we're here to announce the charges of the Southern Poverty Law Center, and this investigation and the individuals who are responsible will be brought to justice.
That's insane. So this is a little follow-up situation at the same press conference. So let's read.
Basically to informants, for information, for access, to just pay them for certain to do certain things, and so yes, that's exactly what the indictment charges.
I just want to make sure I understand. You're alleging that the Southern Poverty Law Center was paying the leaders of KKK and other groups to continue their operations? Is that?
I'm not alleging it. The grand jury returned an indictment that says that. And so what the investigation found, according to the indictment that was returned today, is that they were paying. So Southern Poverty Law Center is raising money, asking folks to give them money to dismantle racism. And over a very long period of time, they were using some of the money they raised from donors to pay to, they call them field, basically to informants.
This is insane.
For information, for access, to just pay them for certain to do certain things, and so yes, that's exactly what the indictment charges.
I think they just going around look up the books, and like if you got like usually when they going to do some fuck shit, they'll have a paper trail for something that's unusual or a big purchase. Then they, cash out that purchase on the other side and just, run the money. This one, I don't know, man. All right, I got a couple. Oh, I don't know. I might say that one. Not bad yet. Check this out. Oh, nah, they playing music. So, again, like Genesis 1, it could be in one of those situations where, you know, he couldn't do an interview at a certain point in time, and they did their due diligence and figure out like where she at and everything on that one or whatever. So I mean, it's a lot of people. You don't necessarily have to have a person rat you out. It could be just them looking through the books and finding like discrepancies and stuff. So this is Benny Johnson. Hold up. All right, let's see how this goes. Did I even do that? Oh.
The last time I spoke to you, you said that I was stupid for asking you about your financial disclosure, but there's some discrepancies on there. Would you like to explain that? How did you make such a big mistake on it?
Absolutely, you're stupid for asking me anything.
I am? Yes. Well, what about the American people who are wondering how you made such a big
I have
mistake?
explained to the American people.
What's the explanation?
I have given them the explanation.
Do you want to tell our viewers? Because
I don't want to tell you jack shit.
Ooh.
How about that?
Okay.
Okay. Have a good day.
Thank you, Congresswoman.
Never heard. That's the first time me ever heard Elon Omar cuss. Sounds weird. So yeah, they not happy. There's more bad news right here for the left, and they just had. Oh, she said, hold on, let me go.
I have given them the explanation.
Do you want to tell our viewers? Because
I don't want to tell you jack shit.
Oh.
How about that?
Okay.
Okay.
Oh yeah. So it was some bad news today that happened with the election, redistricting election they had in Virginia. So this is another thing going on right now. I'm not gonna go through the whole thing. So basically, hold up. So just in the Senate has just advanced a multi-billion-dollar funding bill for DHS, fully funding ICE and CBP. This will be able to get through the Senate with just 50 votes. Yeah, and I shouldn't get that money back. So that's good. It's supposed to help. Hold on, that's the budget. That's ICE. That's all of it. So Virginia, and this is my last story because I am dozing off. I ain't gonna lie to you. I just finally caught on me. Air is it Daughtry? Yeah, Daughtry reports breaking. Virginia voters have passed a egregious congressional gerrymandering map expected to give 10 seats to Democrats and only 1 seat to the Republican per DD HQ. This means over 90% of Virginia becomes represented by Democrats, disenfranchising a huge swath of the entire state. The courts, this is all opinionated. So basically, these used to be purple, now they light blue, and this is the way they wrote the stuff up. So other than that, let me drop the link if y'all want to come up, kick it a little bit. I'm cool on that. If not, I'm about to get ready to lay it down. For real. Matter of fact, this one he was oh man. What's up, Phoenix? Hey. What's going on now? Yeah, I'm about to go get some sleep. I wanted to at least get to 50 minutes. Get to 50 minutes. I think that's a solid, you know, maybe if I get to an hour, it'll be a solid little even number, you know what I mean? Let me see if I can find something else to watch. Let's see. See. Now I gotta do I might do these stories probably on Friday night or something. Might not be this Friday night, but I'm on 2 more minutes. Link is in the chat if y'all wanna let me make sure. Some people act like they can't see the link or whatnot. Ooh, man. Just to give y'all heads up, I was supposed to do a stream about the draft and everything tonight, but Sluice he started another job, another extra job, like a side hustling kind of. Man, I'm very just one. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Being a father, I really don't want to go through that story, man. That shit, I saw that shit, sad as hell. Very sad. Man. Yeah, very sad story. Yeah. But yeah, that's a heavy one. I really don't, that's the one I really don't want to touch. But look, man, it's 11 o'clock my time. Shit, I get up probably in a couple hours. I need to go and lay it down. Y'all make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe, man. Comment. Man, hey, if y'all want to, throw some hype around here, man, throw me a couple hype things, man. I appreciate that too, man. I know we rarely talk about the hype, the whole hype train thing. And that's if you, I don't know if you can do it on your mobile, but I know you can do it on PC. So show your boy some love, man. Like, I do this damn near every night. But, with that being said, let me, appreciate everybody coming in. Phoenix, Just One, Shout out to Judge J, Sass 81, Cortez, the homie Cortez, salute to him. Yeah, and anybody in the bushes, man, I really appreciate y'all coming here and watch. I think it's another, like, after I get done with it, done with the live or whatever, to go back in it, and I think it's a way to hype up the videos. I can't remember exactly. I've done it before for a couple people, but you gotta wait till this live is over before you be able to do it. So with that being said, y'all like, share, subscribe, and appreciate everybody, and just a good live, and everybody take care.